Welcome, everybody. Tuesday night, Whiskey Nose here. Waiting on Tom from the Bourbon Jerk himself to get over here, and we're going to do a North Carolina blind that I sent him. And it's funny because when I got everything together for him, everybody here, everything okay before I get too far down the road. What I didn't think I had that much to give him, and I got into it and realized that after I sent his package, I found like 4 more different distilleries that I had that I could have just shipped on, and I totally just screwed the pooch on that. But we've got five good ones here, and I'm sure most people here know what one of them is for sure. And then one's a barrel proof, and others, and some are from the same distillery. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And then what we're going to do on the Bourbon Jerk stream, Tom's stream, is we'll eventually get it set up here in the next week or two that I'll go to his stream. We'll do a live from his channel, and I've got Michigan samples. So we'll get into that here shortly when he gets here. Let's see. Let's get here and start. Show on stream. There's Katie. Yes, you did. Yes, I said yes. Absolutely, you did. Can't wait either. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Tom will be here shortly, I think. Katie, no, I posted yesterday. You did? Oh, you might have put it in the comments, I bet. Let's see. Corvette Trey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Cheers, buddy. Did you try those samples yet, Trey? Just curious what you thought if you did. Cheers to Top Dog. Tater D is here, man. Tater Dom. Good. I got your box going out tomorrow, buddy. So let me know what you think of that gold. Hey there, Katie. Won't let me in, Tom said. All right. Let me send him this link. Live stream. I don't know why. Let me do it again. Real quick. All right. Stream Labs. It's what we get for trying something new, guys. Bear with me. I got to log in here for a second. All right. Not now. I could do it. Let me see if I can do it from here. Add guest. Copy. I don't know if it'll let me or not. There we go. Message. Paste. Send. All right. I think I did it that way. We'll see if he can get in that way. I don't know what's wrong with it. Me and Mike Stahl were talking about it. We're trying different things. I don't know what I think about Streamlabs yet because I've yet to do a produced video through it. StreamYard is still easy to do. There's Doug. What's up, man? I'll get caught up with chat. Paul P is here, man. Good to see you. Looking forward to hearing about some Carolina brands. Yeah, one of them here in particular I really think is fantastic. Have I missed anybody? Oh, samples were great. More partial to the cask since I'm not a huge on rye, but I did enjoy the rye as well. Yeah, so Yeah, might show something here kicking. But yeah, anyway, what we'll do tonight on the giveaway, Katie and Ethan are going to track for us. I'll give a 2-ounce sample of every one of these if you want to get in on that. And every dollar will get you an entry. So 5 will get you 5. 2 million will get you 100 million. So anyway, see if he can do it. Paul, thank you, buddy. Paul P's in for 10. Awesome. I don't know why it won't let him in. We'll see if he can get it here in just a second. There's Scott. What's going on, buddy? Cheers, man. Cheers, everyone. Sugar Kitty, meow, meow. It lost me. Sugar Kitty. Lick the like and like the lick. There it is. Cheers. Trying this new, like faded out background where it makes me look even more sexy up front. So we'll give that a go. But anyway, all right, new bottles. Anybody got anything new you want to talk about while we're getting set up? I got a Berclotte Micro Provenance single cask sherry cask finish last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess, since we were on together 2 weeks ago. I've got the PC Port Charlotte 18. The Turks were great to let me have a taste of that, and we found them here. So there's that. I'm trying to think what else. The K-Lukes. I went nuts in Mississippi this past weekend. We were there for 4 days in Mississippi. And, of course, I knew they were there, and that's what I was looking for, that and old turkey stuff. And I did get some of those. I think that's pretty much it. I did the barrel video that came out. Did the Abraham Overholt bottle, the rye. Be sure you all, if you see that, I think it's worth the pickup. Like I said in the video, for the money, I think it's really good. I think Rob MC got it for me for 45-ish, something like that. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. So check it out. Anyway, let me see how he's doing. Let me see what happens when I click it. All right, we're good. All right, boys, let's get it on here. Let me bring in the man, Tom, the Bourbon Jerk. Hey, buddy. Can you hear me? I'll be here in a second.
Give me a second here.
You can hear? Yeah, I don't. Like I said, man.
How are we doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, we're good.
All right, good. So yeah, like I said, we were talking the other day, and Streamlabs I've used it 3 or 4 times on these lives, and I like it. But like I said, sometimes there's issues. Mike Stahl, me and him have been talking about it through Livewire, and sometimes these things are just they're a mind of their own. Plus, YouTube's been acting extremely weird the last 2 or 3 weeks. So, but anyway, how you doing, man? You doing good?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Good, man. Appreciate you doing this with me. I think this will be a lot of fun. Before you jumped on, Tom, I explained that I've got a set from you, and you've got a set from me, and we're just going to kind of split the shows and go through them and try to learn about what these whiskeys are and where they're from, and just kind of taste through them and see which ones we do like and which ones we don't, because there's going to be some of that, I guarantee you, in what you got right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and this is a double blind, because not only do I not know what these are, I don't even know what they could be. In fact, I don't think I've ever had any whiskey from North Carolina. So, I mean, this is, we're starting at square one here for me.
Yeah, the one of them there is the first distillery I ever went to, and that was like 5-6 years ago, and it's in Charlotte, and or outside Charlotte, and I was kind of surprised. And what they did, they kind of did the first blackened, technically, because the guy had speakers set up in the rick houses to play Metallica music at the barrels, and I swear to God, that's what they told us. And I was like, well, that's about the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard of. But I guess the vibrations are whatever, whatever floats your boat. But so I've got Tom. I got some more. I was telling people right before you jumped on. I didn't realize that I had as many North Carolina bottles as I did. I thought when me and you discussed this, I thought I was going to struggle to get 3 or 4 of what I
Yeah, I
had.
think
Like,
you
I
said you
don't
didn't have any,
those.
which was a surprise.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have many. And then I went downstairs and I found 4 more on Jenny's bar, and I'm like, shoot. It's like, damn, I had some more that I could have sent. But anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, we're going to give away 2-ounce samples of all these tonight if you want to. So what I've done, Tom, is I've got everything labeled exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think what I'll do, because I've got the sheet written down of what these are. I don't want to go in exact order because I didn't realize it, but I gave you maybe a couple that are from maybe the same place back to back. And I want to mix it just a little bit. And I'm not here to quiz you. I'm just going to get you to tell me what you like, what you get from it, little proof action, stuff like that, or whatever you want to do. So let's see, buddy. Let's start with number 2. I've lost sound on you. There you go. I think.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
All right. Damn it.
So number 2, North Carolina 2.
All right. So from my perspective, this looks to be the darkest of the first 4. 5 looks like it's got the darker glass, so I can't really tell.
Yeah, I ran out of jugs. And you're correct. You are absolutely correct on the color.
All right. So number 2. And the glass one, yeah, this looks pretty dark in the glass too.
Yeah.
You know, like a little mahogany.
This one
maybe
might surprise you other than the taste.
Oh, that nose, something's funky there.
It does, don't it, Hot?
You know, I almost get like a dusty, like almost like a sawdust note, I think, on the nose there.
I think you're traveling right down the correct road for what this is. I think you're dead on track.
All right. Legs are all right, not too crazy. All right, we can give it a taste.
I think on the nose you might get a little young note.
Well, I'm going to guess that a lot of these are craft. I mean,
every one of them.
I don't think there's what's the biggest, I guess, without spoiling anything. I was trying to think of what the biggest distillery in North Carolina might even be. And
it's one of the 2 that's in there's probably one of the 2 in here.
So I get a little spice up front.
Yep.
And on the finish, I'm guessing this might be a rye or maybe a high rye bourbon.
Yeah, I get that spicy front, and I get a lot of heat from it too. But I get
on the end or on the palate?
On the end, on the back end palate. But I do get a lot of, I think on this one, Ethan Turk has had this. Katie and Ethan, I think, have had this with me, and I think Ethan hit it out of the park when he said, I think it's a little over oaked. I think that oak, and none of them are flavored. They're all 100% barrel.
So no finished products. They're all okay. I'll tell you what, this one on the second sip on the palate opens up a little bit more. I get a little bit of that, like maybe molasses and cola that I get sometimes with some of the local ryes here that are on the craftier end.
Yeah.
But I think the palate is much better than the nose.
Yeah. Marty on the pole, oh boy. Now this, I'll tell you this, Tom, it's down here on the floor, since I got this bottle, I actually bought this bottle the day they were coming to stay. And when I show it to you, you'll crack up, but because it's as dark in the bottle as it is in your sample. And so you think it's probably a high rye?
I'm thinking it's a rye or a high rye bourbon.
Okay.
I don't get over oaked, at least from from what I'm tasting.
Actually, it's not as bad anymore since I cracked it, and I'm down probably that far into it, so
Yeah,
it's below the shoulder.
the palate is nice. The finish is, I would say it's a medium finish. I don't get a ton of heat on the end of it, but yeah, that nose, that don't go away. I get that sawdust note on the nose.
Yeah,
That's odd. I can't remember getting a note like that.
that's just, to me, that's just younger oaky, little green. Ethan, if he's watching, he knows exactly what this one is, I bet. But it's not unpleasant, I don't think.
No.
And this is
on the palate, I like it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's legs for days, and it's freaking coffee molasses on the color, and
I would say the proof is pretty nice. It's if I had to guess where it is, it's like probably around 105.
okay.
108, somewhere in there.
I've played with this bottle a little bit to try to blend some stuff to try to see if I can tame down a little bit of this.
Yeah.
But also, it's
Now,
got a little bit of viscosity.
When you say tame down, is there a note that you don't like in it?
On my side, I still think it's oaky. I think it was in the barrel too long, or in the heat too long. But like we were talking about a second ago, I do think it has tamed itself down since I cracked it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm about 3 pours from halfway. So
okay.
So it's got air in it, so it has helped it, I think. But it's better than what I remember.
Well, that's good.
Which is good. Yeah, I'm definitely getting your spice front. It's spicy on the front, especially on the nose.
Yeah, there's some nice notes there in the mid palate. But yeah, that nose I don't love. I don't love that note.
No, it's like you said. What'd you say? It was antique store or something like that.
It's like sawdust. Is
yeah, sawdust. That, I guess your sawdust is my young oak.
Okay.
Kind of thing. You know, it's just you get that, it's like musty kind of.
Musty. That's a good.
Yeah, Rob calls it antique store carpet.
Okay. Like, yeah, I can. That's
the back room of an antique store. He says, back there where the carpet's just damn rotten. And I was like, all right. I tell you what I did do. I did take a drink of water and went back to it one more time, and it really calmed that antique down. I thought it was pretty decent that way.
I wonder if this would be better if you had or if I had poured it in like a lowball glass instead of a Glen, so that nose wasn't as concentrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or just in a rocks glass too, just just to let it work, like you're saying. That's a great idea.
Maybe it's not.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this one. I was kind of, Katie and Ethan too. We were kind of like, at first, but no, it's just kind of nice one to throw in.
So do you want to reveal what this one is, or do you want to get through some of these first, or how do you want to do?
Let's go through them all.
Okay.
And then
all right, I'll try to rank them, I guess, for my end.
Yeah. Then we'll rank them at the end. So,
okay. So number 2.
I'm trying to see here if I want, because I'm trying to keep proof. Okay, let's go to number 1.
Okay.
Because that's pretty close. Boy, this is a completely different ball game with this one. You'll like this.
You guys got to see when Marty sends you samples. He's got his little stickers and a logo on there. he does it right. High production value there.
I didn't realize I used the wrong font on the last one there, the dark bottle, the one on the end.
I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, I do now that they're looking at me. Way to go, dumbass. Can't take me anywhere.
All right, now the nose on this one, I like 100% better than the second.
I promise you. Yeah, when I hit it, I was like, you're like this. It's almost a cherry cola.
You know, I get like some vanilla caramel on the note.
Oh,
or on
yeah.
the nose here, rather. Yeah, I like that. Maybe graham cracker or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got brown sugar all over it.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Toffee, little like not quite Werther's rich, but little toffee.
Yeah, like the nice subtle sweeter notes.
Yeah. Hey, Ben.
Like now this one on the palate seems a bit crisper to me, like brighter, like maybe some citrus or something.
Yeah,
I like this one.
Yeah, it's to me that first sip, Tom, was everything was in the middle of the palate. I didn't have anything running off, and some of these things that are that like you're talking about there, I feel like it's like shiny. If flavor had a vision, it's shiny, and then it's gone.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's on the lower end of the proof scale here, but when it does first hit, it is nice. This would be a nice sipper.
And this one's been around for a while, and it has won Gold Spirit Awards. Yeah, this was bottled in 18.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So this would strike me as a good whiskey to pour for somebody who might just be getting into whiskey, because it seems very approachable. It's got those nice subtle sweet flavors. The proof's not going to blow you away. The finish is on the shorter side. I mean, this would be like a nice whiskey for somebody just getting into whiskey.
I think it's what you just explained. When you said somebody just getting into whiskey, some of the things that pop in my head is Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, stuff like this. But this has more barrel flavor, more candy, more notes that you're going to get than just grape chewing gum or something.
Yeah, this is good. I like this.
Yeah. What do you think the proof is?
I would guess it to be mid-90s, like 95. And I would guess this is a bourbon.
Yeah.
Probably low rye, or maybe even like a wheater or something.
I don't know if I know one of, but I don't know the mash bill of this one.
I think when it's a wheated bourbon, I tend to get like those subtle sweet notes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's what it is. It's something I noticed when I
I agree.
Keep track of what I get. But no, I like this one a good bit, Marty.
I think this one hits the spot. I agree with you. Somebody that's new into it, and I think I paid $60, $70 for it at the distillery back then. But that was actually 18. The boom hadn't started yet, but I know this distillery now does a double barrel and I think a cast strength.
Oh,
so I don't have them, but I still like. I love that nose. I think that barrel note, that candy, that corn stare, I like it. I think it's really sweet. Yeah, I think it's just very approachable, man. It's just easy. What's up, Great Shot? Good to see you. Guys, if you haven't subbed to Whiskey Uncensored, go do it now. Who have I missed anybody? Sorry if I have. Guys, we're deep into this. We're working hard here. The Bower. Yeah, well, I think we're pretty good shape. Top Dog, speak up. You're not talking much. All right. I think you did pretty good on that one. You said you thought the proof was around 95. I'm not going to reveal it yet. You said it was a bourbon and maybe a lower rye if I knew the mash bill. Did you think it was oaky at all, Tom? Did you think it was just sweet? Lost your sound. Check your sound there one more time. There you go.
I think I can get a longer cord here for my mic.
Did you think it was sweet, or do you tell me again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Nice subtle sweetness. I didn't think it was oaky at all.
Okay. I like that subtle
And in
sweet.
terms of ranking these, I'm going to rank this one ahead of the number 2, which we
Okay.
tried first.
Okay.
Try to rank these out here.
That's almost got a custard or something on it. I can't get away from it. I like it. I pulled it out of the basement probably about a month and a half ago. I was like, I've got this here somewhere, and I said, I'm gonna go find it. And I was like, I'm glad I did. Yeah, that's very sweet corn.
Yeah, that might be a good one to stash out on the back deck during the
But I think what you said nailed it, man, because those you get more flavor notes off this than you would an Eagle Rare. I think maybe right now because of what, but you may not. But that's like you said, that's a great beginner. I like that. Let me write that down. Even a big ice cube in there wouldn't be bad for somebody. All right, let's go to number 3.
All right.
Let's see what you think of this one.
So this one seems similar in color to number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this.
Kind of like that light copperish.
Mm-hmm. Decent legs. You can tell. This is absolutely ridiculous, but when I guess I'm talking to the legs, you can tell it's wet because they're not, just slow. They stick, but they're not.
Yeah, this one's sticking pretty good on my glass.
Yeah.
Now on the nose on this one, I'm getting more fruit notes.
Okay.
They're not like punching me in the nose. It's subtle.
I get an orange zest.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense. Maybe even apple or something.
Yeah. Light fruit. Not a dark fruit. There's just a hint of heat, but I'm not getting really any on the nose straight up. I'm not getting any like black pepper, baking spices, crazy. Maybe a little sugar.
Yeah, there is a little bit of heat in there. I wonder if that's maybe rye or something. Maybe a little heat, a little spice.
It's got a little finish, yeah. But boy, it's sweet. That first taste is very sweet.
I feel like it's kind of building a little bit too. Like ooh, there it is, and then oh wow, it's like it's getting a little bit more intense as it sits.
No, that's not bad. I might like the nose better than the palate. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, it's spicy on the back end, on the palate.
Yeah, it's got a nice little finish on it.
There's a little bit of pepper now. I didn't get that on the nose as much.
Yeah, this is what I would describe as building because of the more I sip it, yeah, that pepper does kind of build and become more intense.
Building deeper each taste. For sure. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you, man. Sorry, guys, if I missed you. We're deep. We got 22 watching. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, guys, and get in on this sample if you want to. It's 2 ounces of everything, just like Tom's got in front of him.
Yeah, this feels like the highest proof one of the 3 so far.
Okay, what do you think it is?
110 to 112.
Okay.
Just trying to catch up and write some of my notes here.
No, go ahead. I'm still picking this one apart because it's kind of different than everything we've been through, to me, for sure.
Yeah, this definitely feels more pepper, more
Yeah.
spice. It seems to drink more like a rye to me.
I can still get, once I dive deep into it again, I still get that little bit of young whiskey, that little bit of green barrel.
A craftiness.
Yeah, but not bad. Not enough to make it where I don't want to drink it.
No, exactly. Hey, Marty, let me ask you this. So the local stuff, is that something that you gravitated towards when you first started getting into whiskey? Or are you like me, where when you find first getting into whiskey, you're going towards like the legacy stuff, and it probably was a few years before I even realized that there was decent whiskey, right in my backyard.
No, well, I am exactly what you just said. I was born and raised in Tennessee, so there was always decent stuff there.
Okay.
But when I got here, I didn't look for North Carolina anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bottle in this that I saw, and I was like, my gosh, that's so and so, and it's at so and so, and I'm like, and it was like $40. I said, I'm going to give this a shot, and I think it's really good. And then so after that point, I was like, you know what, I may try something else. So I'm trying to do this without blowing it out of the water. If you look at your glass or your bottle 4.
Okay.
This is one I saw in a bottle, and I'll show you the bottle here in a few. And I was sitting at a bar, and it was back there behind the bartender, and I knew it was local. I said, can I see that bottle? It's awful damn dark. And he goes, yeah, and he handed it to me, and he goes, this is really good if you haven't had it. And I was like, okay, so I bought a pour of it. Fell in love with it. I mean, so much. I have probably, Katie and Ethan can vouch for me, I've probably bought 13 bottles of it.
Oh, wow.
And I've distributed them. I mean, I haven't drank that many, but
is it all the same bottle that you bought 13 of, or 13 different?
All the same batch, okay. Everything. But when we get to that one, I'll break that down a little bit more. I don't want to screw it up, but all right, let's go to let's just go to number 5 next.
All right. So I think I'm so far, I may be leaning 1 over 3. 2 is definitely picking up the rear for right now, at least for me. And then we're going to move on to number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I need to get out of this area for this one, and then we'll be set to go. I like this one. I'm just going to tell you. Scott, you have had glass 4. I'm sorry. Yes, glass 4.
All right. So this one's similar in color to number 2, the first one we tried.
Yep.
A little darker than 1 and 3.
You're right. These legs will stick. There's a nice oak presence. There's fruity sugar cake. I poured this for my wife. She said it's nose or taste to her like a what's those? They're like donuts, but they're coffee cakes. You know what I'm talking about? They're
like crullers or crumb cakes.
No, they're almost iced. That you have to buy them in a box now. I can't know what coffee cakes, I guess is what they are. I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah. Nice subtle sweetness on the nose.
Yeah, for this one. Powdered sugar. Maybe that's it. Definitely sweetness. Definitely
almost like angel food cake or something.
Yeah, there's some kind of dessert there. You're right. And she said that, and I was like, yeah, there's dessert in there, but I'm not sure exactly which cat that's from. But I love this one.
Oh yeah, that hits the tip of your tongue with some heat.
It goes all over, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's wild.
Ooh, damn, still going. Uh-huh. Yeah, sugar, sweet, all over.
Oh yeah, this one's definitely got some heat to it. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's good. That's a nice combination of sweet and heat.
yeah. I'll show you what it is, Shredward, here shortly. Gandy's here. Cheers, guys.
Now I'm gonna guess that one's the proofiest of the first 4.
Okay, what do you think it is? Just guessing. You don't have to. I mean, I'm not.
I'd guess 115 to 120, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sticking around on a finish for sure.
That nose is spectacular, man. That nose is. Which one did we say we liked a lot too? Was it glass?
Number 1, I like the nose the best.
Yeah, that was the second one we did.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's now cologne compared to this one. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, this one really just coats your whole tongue, and yeah, it's almost like fireworks going on. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's when you hold it. Well, when you hold it before you take it back, so you're kind of holding back your taste buds. When you hold it there, you can feel that sugar start to go around the palate. Then when you take it back, it just goes into a nice caramel barrel, and then heat and it's not a punch. It's just kind of a lift, hot air balloon.
Listen to you waxing poetic over there.
I'm just trying to. I do my. I swear, and it makes no damn sense. I know, but I try to make it. I don't know how else to explain. It's like trying to explain a color to somebody.
Yeah,
it's just.
I know what you mean. Doing some of these goofy videos and drinking through some of these whiskeys and trying to pick out different notes. I mean, I'm just an amateur, and a lot of the stuff I get is the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to get some of these goofy things like leather and tobacco and shit. I don't know what that tastes like.
Well,
I don't smoke and I don't eat leather.
Well, I used to chew on my baseball glove when I played ball,
Okay.
so I know leather. So if I have any experience in anything, it's leather. That and my batting gloves. I chew on the hell out. I'm ADHD, so I'd do whatever I could. I forgot how sweet that is, even with that heat, that sugar.
I feel like it balances out really well.
It does. There's that.
Yeah, all right. I feel like that's got to be in the 115 to 120 range because this is the kind of finish of the things that I tend to gravitate towards, and this feels like one that I would definitely gravitate towards.
Yeah, guys, Whiskey Nature's in the house. If you haven't got over there and subbed, do it now. And also, the Bourbon Jerk's link is below in the description, guys. Go over there and make sure you sub. Top Shelf, what's up, buddy? I like this one. We could probably end up drinking all of this one.
Yeah, I think I'm probably putting that one up to the front.
5132.
5132 for me.
Okay, right now.
Right now, yeah.
All right.
And then 4, I have a feeling is going to be something real good.
Well, but you know what? That's why I saved it for last, because don't know if you like what this primary is in this. And it's a little different than everything else. So
it's not finished.
No, none of them are finished. None of these are finished. Not at all.
Oh yeah, that one I can get down with that one.
Are you on 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no. Number 5.
You're talking about 5? Yeah.
I just took the last bit I had poured. Yeah,
okay.
That one sticks around for a minute.
This batch of 5 that we're talking about right this minute, there's probably I'd say 2 or 3 more come out since this one. This is, it doesn't say. They just give you a barrel number. And it was barrel 48. So there's not many. There weren't many when this one started.
Yeah. The more I'm thinking about that one, that proof it's got to be higher than that even. Maybe it's in the 120 to 130 range. I'm updating my notes over here.
I got you. It stays consistent, man. I mean, that's a thing. It's straight up what we're saying, and it's not changing a whole lot.
Oh, I like that one a lot. I'm interested to see what some of these are because I ain't heard of any of them. So
I promise you,
I'd have to see if I put them out here.
Yeah. There's the whack. Guys, go over and sub to Hello Again Whiskey Friends. All right, I'm ready for the last one, dude. I love this one. Then we can talk about other stuff after we do this. Excuse me. Let me turn on some light. All right.
Oh. Yeah, color-wise, this one looks a lot like number 1 and number 3 on the lighter side of the scale.
Yeah, nice legs.
Ooh, nice nose. You get a lot of vanilla on the nose.
Yep. Leather. Tobacco.
Trolling me over there.
I am, man.
Maybe orange peel or something.
Yeah, there's citrus. There's definitely citrus in it. Yeah,
This one might have the most balanced mouthfeel, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
This one feels real thick across the front to the back of the palate, like real oily, and yeah, I'm definitely getting more of that orange note in there.
I'll tell you what else I do too. It starts middle palate. It's not a whole lot up front for me, but once it hits short of the front to the mid, I think that leather tobacco, that sweet, heavy, comes across.
Yeah, it's got some heft to it.
It's got viscosity. It's got some weight.
For sure.
You know how some whiskeys, I've talked about this before and people think I'm crazy, but which I am. But some whiskeys, even though all of them are in the same room, when you pour one, it can taste colder than another one. You ever noticed that?
Temperature wise?
Yeah, just this feel. Well, it's this feel. It's not. It's all the same temperature because it's all in the same place. But sometimes for me, like if it's a lighter proof or doesn't have a lot of viscosity, it comes across cold on my palate.
Really? Yeah. I don't think I get anything like that.
I don't on this, but I'm just saying sometimes I can tell.
But speaking to what you're saying, I don't know that I've ever noticed, like, if I'm doing a flight or something.
One of them did that for me.
Another note that I'm getting in this one, Marty, is going to be honey.
I can see that.
Maybe that kind of goes along with the thickness.
Like I said, though, but you're exactly right. But none of them are finished, so that's what makes that even cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, honey, orange.
Jeffrey Wax had this one. Greg's got it.
Yeah, I might have a hard time picking a winner here, Marty. Even the one that I've got in front of me as being at the tail end of the flight here, I liked on the palate. I just didn't like the nose.
Yeah.
Would I not drink it? Oh, I'm sure I would. 1 and 3 are solid. 4 and 5, I think, are the big hitters.
Okay. What do you think the proof of this one is?
Not as high as number 5,
Okay.
but probably higher than 1 and 3, or probably higher than all of the first 3. Actually, I would guess 112 to 115. Probably closer to 112 because the finish, it's not hanging around too long like the last one was. So yeah, I'd probably say around 110, 112 maybe. Yeah, honey orange.
I think on the back end too, after it dissipates a little bit, you get craft from it, and I like that on this one.
Yeah, there's more citrus on the back end and with the finish. Yeah, this is good. It's just different.
Yeah.
Hard to follow up the last one though. I think that one was maybe a little bit more in my wheelhouse.
What do you think this is a bourbon? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say it's not a rye.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not getting spicy notes, or like the cinnamon notes that I would tend to get with rye. So I guess it's a bourbon. Yeah, so I think I've got a pretty good idea how I would rate these.
All right.
And here's what I'll say. I think my favorite of the flight here was number 5.
Okay.
And I think it was fantastic, but it also I feel like it's kind of in the wheelhouse where I tend to drink. That's more of the things that I gravitate towards. 4, I think, was really interesting, delicious, different. So that's probably my number 2. Number 1, which I think was the lowest proof of the bunch.
Okay.
That approachable sipper with the fantastic nose, I would put as number 3. I would put number 3 as my 4th place, and number 2 as 5th. And again, it's more to do with that nose, that sawdust nose that I couldn't get around up front. But once it hit the palate, it's a good whiskey. It's just like that nose. Just there's something about it. It's a turnoff.
I think you got a really good order. To be 100% honest, I forgot how good 1 and 5 were till we just did this again.
I have a feeling number 4 was where you were thinking this was going to go.
4's definitely my favorite.
And I have no problem.
But you'll see in a minute why. Yeah,
it's again, that's number 5 is where I gravitate towards, but also when you're trying a bunch of different whiskeys,
sure,
if it's something different and unique and well executed, I love that. So that's gonna speak to me with number 4.
I love the finish on 4. I love, like I said, it's a whiskey that I think you can definitely pull that tobacco leather from, especially when you drink it more than one pour. I love the viscosity of it on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But other than, I guess you could literally take, for me, what you did at 5 and 4 and just flip those. But I'm with you on 1, 3, and 2.
Yeah, it's not a big margin of difference.
No, it's not. I just, I look at it like if I had to pick a bottle of one of these 5 to take home with me, that'd probably be it. All right. Let's see. I'm going to taste one more time just to make sure that order doesn't.
You just smell number 1. Oh, I smell number 2. Didn't like that.
Yeah. I still get that young wood a little bit, but it's still nice. And B was our last place. Damn, it's still hot on the nose. Woo. oaky wood. That was the one we were talking about, antique store carpet and stuff.
Yep.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Then three's okay. Three's okay. Three.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's solid. But in terms of the others all had something that stood out to me a little bit more.
Oh, you're damn right. You can thank Greg McDonald for that. He got me into this. I was just tired. I just wanted something different. Amazon dozen for $50. Three, I'd like to go and taste like 8 different barrels of it, Tom, just to see if they do differ a little bit.
Is it a single barrel?
I think not. Well, it's small batch, so
Okay.
it's small batch, and that's all it tells me, I think. Yeah, batch number 75. So that damn thing's been around for a little bit, as in them producing. But technically, it's probably not if you're doing small batches. So, yeah, that's not very sweet now to me.
I think they all kind of skewed on the sweeter side.
They are very much, yeah. And then we got a lot
Except
of
for
fruit
maybe
notes.
number three. Number three had some more of that pepper rye to it though. So I think the other one skewed more sweet. Maybe three not so much.
Yeah, and like you said, we were like I'm going through my notes and I wrote right under what you were saying. We were getting a lot of fruit citrus. We were getting a lot of nose sweet. I like how you got we pulled the honey off the last one.
Yeah, honey and orange. Ooh.
That's nice. Yeah, golly, a little bit's in that Glen or that glass. It's all honey now. And I'll just tell you, there's none in it. That's what's crazy. All right. I think we're set on our rankings, which is good. And then we will go through. I'll tell you what. So we've got it picked. Favorites, start to finish. Tom's 5, 4, 1, 3, 2. And I'm 4, 5, 1, 3, 2. Let's go to the first one we did, which is a distillery out of Charlotte, Conviction. And Tom, you absolutely blistered this one. You said, where are we at here? We said, or no, I didn't say nothing. You said it. You said that you thought that it was a spicy front, and it is, and it could be a high rye mash bill, which I don't know because it doesn't tell me on this one. I could probably look it up. And you said the proof was around 101, and the proof is 97.05. So that's dead in the wheelhouse.
So it maybe drank a little hotter than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to nose it and taste it one more time. Then we'll.
Is there an age statement on that one?
No, handcrafted small batch bourbon whiskey. So I'm just going to guess 3 year, maybe.
Okay.
www.whiskeyprison.com. Conviction is commemorative spirit North Carolina Distillery Tour. I didn't know that sticker was on there, but they're in an old prison outside of Charlotte.
Oh wow!
So that's why it's called Conviction and all that good stuff. It was
I like that they kept with the theme.
Oh yeah, and it was a great tour. I remember all that, and yeah, it's won gold and something micro liquor spirit awards wherever that's at. But no, it's a good bottle, and I think Shane did the last meetup he had. I think they did a double barrel or something. conviction. Greg's here. Greg, tell me which one it is if you can remember. But I would say, Tom, that's probably under $50.
Okay.
So that one hit pretty good for the money, I think. All right. Actually, I just screwed that up. That was not what that one was.
That was not number
That
two.
was not. That was number. Actually, it's right. No, we're right. We're right.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I'm reading.
Number two was conviction, and that was last place.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The next one. This one's just kind of weird, so I'll just go ahead and show it to you. This is the one that kind of threw us. I think Tom said the proof he thought was 95.
No, I think that was number one.
That's number one. Right. Okay, the second one, we said Spice Front, high rye again. I did on this one. And what'd you say the proof was?
Oh, hold on. Which one do you got there? Number one
I've
or
got
number three?
I've got number 2 in my hand.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so number 2 is in your hand. Okay, so that was the one that I said rye, somewhere between 105 and 108, I think.
Yes.
Okay. And what is that one?
This is the John A.P. Connolly weeded straight bourbon whiskey at 101. And this is the one, Tom, I was talking about that color. You can't really see it because of all the label, but
it looks really dark.
Yeah, it's extremely dark.
And that's a weeder, huh?
It's a weeder. And it does not come across like that. To me, I think the young kind of hides it a little bit. But yeah, that's the weeder.
Yeah, again, nothing wrong with that one.
No, that's the one that Katie and Ethan, when we cracked, that's the one we cracked that night, and we said we just felt like it might have been oaked a little bit much, but it's gotten better since then. All right.
Is there an age statement or anything on that one?
No, I think. Well, I've talked to them, and this is batch 3, so this is new. He said everything they have is a minimum of 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the name again of the distillery?
John A.P. Connolly.
Okay. And where's that out of the city?
That's the name of the whiskey, but the actual distillery, Thomas, Bogue, Bogue, Sound Distillery.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you pictures of these.
I know I've heard that name somewhere before. Maybe it was in one of your videos or something.
Probably, and we're getting ready to get down into that. All right. I think we had number 3 next.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we said fruit a little bit. Builds on the palate. I think you said 110 to 112. Is that correct?
I think I must have a different order now. I wrote them down by the sample number, not the order we drank them.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I wrote down order we drank them in.
Okay,
so it's fine. I've got it right because I mixed the order of the sample. We didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got this. This is number 3 that's in your bottle that we did.
So So the one that you just went over, the John A.P. Connolly,
right,
with sample number 1.
Correct.
Okay. All right. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mixed them because there's multiple distilleries in this 5. And if we would have done it in order, we would have gone through a couple at the same time.
Okay. I got you now.
2 and 3 might have been the same distillery. And that's why I kind of moved them as we did it.
All right. So the one that you have now is which one?
3.
All right. So what is that, sample number 3?
3.
Also?
This is sample 3.
Okay. All right. And
yeah, this one stayed in correct order.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. This one is...
This was the pepper one.
Yep. Little pepper. A little bit of heat.
Yeah.
We should have had some heat on it. We did like it as we kept going through it. Kept going back to it. This one is the John A.P. Connolly bourbon, and it comes in at 105.
Okay.
And this is the same thing, Bogue Sound Distillery, and this is batch number 75 on this one.
Okay.
And we thought, where'd we have him? We had 3 next to last, I think. Is that right? 5, 4,
Yeah.
1, 3, 2. So we
Yeah.
didn't hate it, but we didn't
Didn't
love
like
it.
it quite as much as their weeder.
Right.
This one, yeah, just a little bit more on the pepper side. I thought it was a rye, and I thought it was 110 to 112. So it sounds like it drinks a little hot.
Yeah. Well, it's 105. So I mean, and it's younger, so it's going to come across hotter just a little bit.
So Bogue Sound, is that a place where you've been, Murray?
I've not been there. It's like 2.5 hours from here, but I'm going.
Oh wow.
I'm going. But yeah, this is I picked this up probably about a month and a half ago. Never had. This is a $25 bottle.
Oh geez.
Not
I think I
bad.
can get anything for $25 up here.
The weeder, I didn't tell you that, Tom. The weeder's like 31. So
You gotta like their price points.
yeah. All right. So we went 5 next. We said it was I can't read what I got. It really finished on the palate.
Yeah.
Semi-sweet on the nose and about mid, I think we said. You guessed, I think, what'd you say, 115, 120 on the proof? Is that
I
right?
did initially, then after it sat with me for a little while, I think I was thinking it was a little higher than that, like maybe 120 to 130.
Okay.
Finish did really linger for a while.
It doesn't matter because you're very close anyway. All right. This baby is from, and this is a little bitty bottle. This is from Mystic Farm Distillery. And I will show it to you here. Heart of Mystic, single barrel, straight bourbon whiskey, 116.2 proof.
Okay.
And this is the one I told you that we'd talk about in a minute, but this one's barrel number is 48. But these things are like between $38 and $40.
Oh wow.
But it had, how much does it hold? It doesn't say. These are small, thin bottles.
So it's
It's a 375.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, a little somewhat pricey on that one, but
Well, still, hey, I like the idea of them, having a smaller bottle. Because if you're gonna go there and pick something up on a whim,
yeah,
maybe you don't want to
Sure.
spend the whole, whatever it is for the 5th, and you get the 375. I mean, I like that idea.
yeah. Guys, we're giving away a sample, a 2-ounce sample blind of or 2-ounce sample bottles of all these. If you want to get in the giveaway, every dollar gets you a shot.
And that one was my favorite of the 5.
I think so. Yeah, it was. 5 was. Yeah, that's just, man, that front end sweet. Then it just hits you on the back. Late mid palate, hits you on the back. 116.2 proof. That's damn right. That's sweet good. All right. On to the last one. This was your runner up.
Yeah. Close for sure. But yeah.
And you said the nose, or I maybe said it, the nose was sweet. This is where I get the leather tobacco, and you really did a great job pulling that honey finish off this one. I thought that was really cool.
And orange for sure on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Zesty, orange. I get that fruit note for sure a little bit.
A nice viscosity to it.
Yeah, it's got a little weight. And I do know it's a minimum of 3 years. So it could have a little bit older stuff, but I don't think a lot, because this whiskey is only on to batch 5. No, batch 5 has just gone to the warehouse. The one me and you are drinking is batch 2. And what it is, this baby is the AP Connolly limited edition rye whiskey, barrel proof at 114. So, yeah, that's a rye. That was 6, sorry, not 5. So, I think you thought bourbon, which is fine. I can see that. But can you believe that thing? I just think it's beautiful for what it, and it's a $52 bottle. Can't hear you. There you go.
Better?
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds to me like a lot of these skew on the younger side.
Yep.
You think that's just a function of them, putting these out quicker than maybe you would hope?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
think
it something to do with the climate in North Carolina?
I think it's a couple factors. I think we have definitely humid summers. The humidity's high here all the time. And of course, when you distill, everybody knows the old song and dance that, it's not instant profit. It's got to sit for a couple years. I think when they started tasting these things and started realizing they're getting close, 3 years started to be where their money mark was, to where they're like, okay, this is good. Let's go ahead and get this out. But I also think if you're distilling your own stuff, you can also make enough to where you're putting it back also. So I don't think they've dumped everything that's 3 years old. I think there's still stuff there that might be 3 or 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think everything that is at that price point is now a small batch and dumped. But I can't tell you that because I've not been there yet, but I'm going. And I'm been talking to them, and they're saying that I can do a pick of this one if I want to do it. So we'll see about that.
Yeah, that might be interesting, right?
It would be interesting because it's something different, and it's not freaking, something everybody else has had. And I don't need to get 200 bottles of it. I'll do a small run of it or a half barrel or something. And I've got to figure out the details of it, but I'm working towards it. But if I go down there and I don't like it, I'm not doing it because there's enough damn picks in this world.
Yeah, for sure, right?
That I don't need to make anybody's life.
But that's also the fun thing about something like this is that who else has access to something like that? Because I'm guessing there's no distribution or very little distribution
right
about that.
This is the one.
That might be a good way.
Yeah, this is the one time I was telling you that. I forgot where I was going with that. What I was going to tell you when we were drinking it. This is the one I saw in the behind the bar. That's the one I was telling you that I could see the color and everything of it. So yeah, when this bottle's about gone, of course you can see what's in your glass. But this thing was sitting back here. Of course, the bottle shape grabbed me, and
then it kind of sticks out.
Yeah, then I realized it, and of course they've gone away from this bottle back to these for the rye, which I'm sure there's probably a price difference or something. But yeah, I don't know. It just stuck out, and I was floored how heavy it was on the palate, and the notes I could pull from it. And I was like, wow. So, like I said, I sent a bottle to Phil and Julie, the bourbon van. They loved it. Then when they did their advent calendar, I did samples for both of them, and this won her bracket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I kind of felt a little more confident in myself knowing that, hey, they liked it too. So, but
yeah,
man, I hope you enjoyed these. I think they turned out okay.
I did. There's definitely 4 and 5 are bottles that I would have on my shelf if there were something that was available out here for sure. Maybe even this number 1, which, like we said, was the nice sipper.
Yeah, the conviction.
So there's definitely some good stuff there. I'm just, I guess I'm a little bit surprised that it's all that young. And
yeah,
right. I think I'm trying to think about the stuff out here, and I want to say for the most part they stick to 4, but mean, there's younger stuff for sure. There's older stuff too. I guess it just depends on how long they've been around. Obviously there's a business aspect to all of this, and you balance your your desire to stay in business.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
But yeah, 4 and 5 for sure, Marty. Those are great.
Yeah, and that's funny because I really thought number 2, the weeder, the Connolly 101 weeder. I thought I kept preaching. I get young wood, I get over oaked, and I didn't think I would like it as well as I did tonight, since I've gone back to it and you did it with me, because it has lightened up. I don't get all that over oaked anymore. It's still pretty solid for what it is, I think. Yeah, at 101. I mean, I wonder how they come up with that.
So you think when you say over oaked that's what I'm translating into the sawdust note?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard, I don't know what Fred Minnick will use over oaked a lot on some bottles. And I've never been able to identify with what he's getting at.
Yeah.
But I definitely did, I've never got that note on another whiskey that I've had, that sawdust aroma.
I think there's two different, and this is just getting way deep, but I've actually felt like there's 2 different types of over oaked. There's over oaked wood and there's over oaked spice. And this one to me is a little bit over oaked wood, as in where I feel like I take a piece of wood and I'm chewing on it and it's just char, and it's just like, wait a minute. It's too much. But Tom, like I said, since we've gone back to it tonight, I did not get that as much. It didn't do that to me like when I cracked it with Katie and Ethan. So yeah,
Gotcha.
it's just a little bit different. But Katie, go ahead.
I was gonna say, on average, do you pick up many bottles that are local over the course of a year, or are these just ones that you happen to have picked up over the years and
I can
pick up?
Yeah, I can tell you the Heart of Mystic, that the number 5 that we like, the 116.2 proof single barrel. I saw that it was a single barrel, and I saw it was local, and I thought it was a decent price. I was like, I'll try that, and it turned out pretty well. And then, like I said, the conviction, somebody took me on that tour. I didn't volunteer. I didn't have any ambition to go. Wasn't into this at any point. And that's how I got that bottle. Mm-hmm. And I think, like I said, Shane, his bunch did a double oaked, whatever, of that conviction or the prison. And I see it on the shelf here, and it is dark, but I haven't bought it because it's like $75-$80. But like I said, when I was at that restaurant, I tried that Connolly and I fell in love with it. That made me want to, when I saw these other 2 that come out, they also do like a peanut butter or something like that, and
like a flavored whiskey.
Yeah, they do 2 flavored ones, and I was like, God, whatever. And then when I love this, when I saw the bourbon and I saw the weeder start to hit the shelf, I jumped on those. I was like, yeah, man, for the money, $32 max.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can get anything up here for that.
Yeah,
our prices seem so inflated up here, Marty. It's insane.
I mean, what is there any, like where you're at? I mean, is Buffalo Trace on the shelf, stuff like that, or
Buffalo Trace is the only Buffalo Trace product that you can actually get. If it's the 750 of regular Buffalo Trace, you can find at the grocery stores or liquor stores. It's $30. But if someone is doing a pick, they're upcharging to $40. And that is the only Buffalo Trace product that you can get over here. Like if somebody posts, hey, we've got, a Blanton's or an E.H. Taylor or a Weller, they're gone before, by the time somebody reads a post. People are, this has to be right in the heart of Tater country.
Oh, no, I get it. Yeah.
you know, like, we were joking. A couple of my buddies and I were joking earlier. There's a local store that posted. They got their Weller foolproof pick in, and we're like, okay, well, how much are they going to charge for this? You know, I think the retail is $60. It's a store pick. You figure they're going to upcharge a few bucks. You come to find out they were charging $200, and I'm sure it's sold out in a day. It's just silly. People go bonkers up here, Marty.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why it's more interesting for me to find some of these other things that are a little less known, like whether it's through, YouTube Patreon groups or whether it's local stuff. I mean, those are the things that are more interesting to me. I'd rather find something from an obscure local distillery that I like than, hey, I was able to grab.
Well, I'm just going to tell you right there. We talked about it last night. Right here's one that you've got access to. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we talked about that, and this is interesting because your bottle, you showed me this. You said Traverse City, they make all their own stuff.
Yeah,
they don't, and I was right. They contract distill. With MGP, and the bottle that you have does say that it's produced right by
produced and bottled.
So some of they do distill their own, but they do also contract distill with MGP. Same mash bill, so a lot of them are blends. I've got one on my shelf. It's their weeder, and it says distilled in Indiana. So they do still do both. But it was interesting because I'm like, oh, I should know this. I'm the Michigan guy, and you're like, no, dude, they make their own. No, I guess we're both right. But they do make good stuff for sure.
Oh, it don't matter. Like everybody was bitching, and I'm gonna tell you what, I forgot till I just looked at this thing. This was hands down the best wax top I've ever had. That thing was so thick, I had to get a X-Acto knife to cut through it.
Yeah,
I think I heated it with a cigar lighter.
It's almost at the level of like a Knob Creek, where it's you better get out your
and go out in the yard, so you don't wear it and have it all over you.
Yeah.
But this is great, man. I'm looking forward to doing what you sent, especially, knowing what's in Michigan now.
Yeah, I think we've got really good stuff here, and a lot of it people don't talk about.
Yeah, I think you do.
That's interesting to me.
Well, it needs to be talked about because, I mean, if people can lock into a small craft distillery and find something like I have with this John A. P. Connolly rye and stick with it, just buy it when you run out. Go buy another one, when you run out. Share it with your friends. That's the things, like when I did that craft distillery video, that's the things that's going to keep those people going.
It keeps the the hobby more interesting than finding the latest Buffalo Trace product on the shelf.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. All right, guys, last chance. If you want to get on this, Venmo, PayPal, the link is in the description. Katie and Ethan are tracking. I'll send you a sample of every one of these, 2-ounce sample, and I'm gonna let Katie and Ethan spin it on their end and pick and let me know who it is. Damn Streamlabs is weird.
Once we got going, it wasn't too bad. It was just the initial trying to connect. I had the first link, and it was the same one. And I thought you were waiting to let me in, and then I realized, that's not what's going on.
It's weird. Like I said, if I could, I need to get on here and download a video and just see how I can edit it here, because that's usually what I do. I record. I could probably do it from here easy. I can record here, and then I always put it on iMovie and try to do it that way. The little bit of editing I can do, but StreamYard is real easy for that. But StreamYard is twice the money this is, and I don't know. It's something else.
Yeah, we haven't subscribed or purchased licenses. We're just using the freeware version for now to figure out which one we might like best. And it seems like they both have their pros and cons.
Yeah, I think there's a HDMI. I mean, a 1080 or something difference in the subscriptions and whatever, but it's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot of difference. Tom, tell everybody while you're here where they can find you, what's going on with the channel, what's coming up, stuff like that.
Sure. Newer channel, just started up late last summer, I suppose. The Bourbon Jerk YouTube, also on Instagram, where we're just posting reels of our YouTube videos. I do the channel here with my son Tyler. He's a film student, does all the editing, all the camera work, all the production. I'm just the the idiot back here, drinking whiskey and trying to sound somewhat interesting. But we're having a lot of fun with it, Marty.
That's the thing, man. I've been at it over 3 years, and I'm not nothing big or anything like that. But I enjoy the people that watch, and I enjoy the people like yourself that I have on, and drinking with everybody and carrying on, and it's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun. That's definitely one of the the best parts of being doing a whiskey tube channel is connecting with people like yourself and some of the others that I've had a chance to get to know a little bit and talk to. It's really cool. And,
I agree.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's fun, and that's the thing. There comes, hey Northwest, cheers, buddy. Cool running. I know that there's that moment, and you had it with your son. I had it with my wife. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a channel or something, or do videos or something. And you're like, okay, I'm in. Let's go. So from there on, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting for me because I feel like I'm like the least creative person. I'm a bit of an introvert. So the fact that I'm sitting here doing this, the fact that I'm making videos, it's so out of character, but it's a fun outlet, and it's a fun project to work on with.
Now let me ask you something, because I think I've never asked you, I don't think, but the Bourbon Jerk, how'd you come up with that?
Well, I get called a jerk a lot, I suppose. But I think, to be perfectly honest, I was trying to think of a name that was somewhat memorable and was somewhat fitting. And early on, I picked the Whiskey Jerk, and I signed up for the channel and all that, only to find out that there's actually a Canadian band called the Whiskey Jerks. So I figured I better change it to something else before I get too far into it and get like a cease and desist letter or a lawsuit or something goofy like that. So, Bourbon Jerk seemed like the next logical.
Now, when I see your logo, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think of Steve Martin.
I get what you're talking about for sure. I think
he hates these cans.
I think what I had in mind at the time was that Smashing Pumpkins video. Today with Billy Corgan with
that makes sense. Now I don't. That sucks. You tell me now, because I still want to see Steve Martin because I love it. I thought that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, but how about you? Where'd the nose come from?
My wife did it all. I didn't even try to think. She goes, we'll use the K for nose, and kind of go that way with. I mean the N with the nose, KNOWS, and I was like, okay. So she did the logo and everything, and I'm like, fine, I'm ready. Let's roll. So it wasn't hard. I mean,
I like a good double entendre.
It was funny because I didn't know there was a difference in whiskey with E and without, and she looked it up, and I'm glad she did.
Yeah, what is it? Anything Scotch or Japanese usually
straight up.
Got the E.
Yep, straight up, and then E is everything.
Yeah.
So I'm glad she put the effort in on that for me.
So you get into Scotch a bit, I see, right?
I love it.
I was definitely more into Scotch before I got too far into bourbon, and I think it has more to do with some of the bourbons I was introduced to right away were really high proof stuff like Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Sure.
Going from like something that I enjoyed at like 90 proof.
Yeah, you're talking about diesel fuel from what
exactly. Something that
you're right.
That would stick in my mouth for a whole weekend, and wasn't enjoyable at that point. Because I'm just getting started. Getting to 80 proofers and 90 proofers, and I think I watched it was during a pandemic. I think it was before the pandemic. During the pandemic, there's a video on Amazon. I can't think of what it's called now, but it was all about like the main Scotch brands, and there was just some really interesting characters. And I'm like, man, I want to try some of these. This guy's really crazy. It was Richard, whatever his name, from Dalmore. You know, he would stuff his whole nose in the glass, whip the whiskey across. I'm like, this is a fucking maniac.
Yeah, he's the one that, isn't he, like they call him the nose, and his nose is like,
I think he's got his nose insured through Lloyd's of London for $2 million or something.
Yeah, he always says you add water. Always.
Yeah, he's like, here's how you drink whiskey like a gentleman. Yeah. He like sniffs it and then like whips it across the room. What the fuck is that?
Richard Patterson. That's right.
There you go. Yeah, Richard Patterson. And
Thank you, buddy.
Bill from Glenmorangie, however you say it. He's a real character. And it's like, yeah, I want to try some of these brands. And so I really just kind of got down that Scotch, rabbit hole. And I think where I ended up, the stuff I liked the most was the Islas, which people either love it or hate it. I haven't gone back too frequently, but those were my favorites, the Islas.
Yeah, I'm telling you, me and Russ is probably watching. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for getting us today. We've got on this Port Charlotte 18 kick right now, and I'm telling you, man, I had a pour of that last night, and it's freaking fantastic. Hanging AZ, what's up, man? Eric, thank you, buddy. Katie and Ethan, Eric, for 10. Thank you. Guys, be sure you tag Katie and Ethan if you would. I appreciate it. Eric, a whole lot. Everybody that's donated, because you do pay for this videos, the subscriptions and stuff. That's what we use the money for. But yeah, I love it. I think I don't know if I told you, Tom, or not, but I found that Berklotti. I talked about it right before you jumped on. I found a Berklotti overseas, a Distillery Micro Providence Series single cask, and it's a sherry finish Berklotti, and it's it's I love it. I've had one pour out of it a couple weeks ago with Greg and Rob, and we were on private. But it's funny. There's not a buddy of mine, Kevin. I don't know if Kevin's watching back in Tennessee, but he poured me the first Scotch I ever had, like in a journey with doing what me and you do is, and I may pronounce it wrong, Craigellachie 13.
Craigellachie, I think.
Craigellachie. Okay.
I'm shitty with the pronunciation too, but I think that one I might actually know.
Good, because I mean I've tried to tell people, how do you say Ledaig? It should say Ledig, but it's Lecheg. Yeah, it's Lecheg. But that was the first one I ever had, and I was like, this isn't too bad. And we drank on it a little bit, and then I don't know where I turned the damn page with Pete, but damn hell, I love it too. So,
yeah, I think maybe it was like a Lefroy or something. I'm like, wow, this is wild.
Yeah,
people joke that there's like a Band-Aid or an iodine, and you're like,
asphalt.
Yeah, it actually does taste like that, but in a good way somehow. It's hard to describe if you haven't tried it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, and I love the Carchus. I've got two of those. There's one here now. I can't remember the new one. Oh, it's the Greg gave me a taste of it and probably sent me samples of it. But is it? I can't remember the finish of it now. Is it port? No, it's the
Carchus.
Yeah, the last one.
I think it was like a white port or
That's
something.
That's it. White something.
It was. I could be wrong, but
Greg will tell you.
I got that one. It was the first bottle of Scotch I think I bought in a couple of years. Yeah.
And then I've got the PX, and then I've got Warehouse One. I love Glenallachie's. I like those, and I think Kilhoman's doing a great job with what they've got.
Isla, right?
Yes, and I love. Greg got me a Marqueur Bay Cask Strength, and that baby, it's solid.
Yeah, I can't find too many cask strength scotches out here.
Everything, dude, I'm doing is overseas, unless Greg finds it in South Carolina. Yeah, everything I'm doing. White port, Sugar Kitty said. Pine tar,
That sounds right. Pine tar.
Yeah, white port. That's it. Sugar Kitty always thought the tire fire and swamp water.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's
Yeah.
you know, there are those notes.
Right.
Like what have you ever had Talisker, Marty?
Oh yeah. I've
That's
got a 10
like
back
sea salt
there.
and brine. I mean, that's bizarre.
What's the storm? I've not had it. I don't know.
I think I only had the Talisker 10-year. Maybe I had a pour of something else at a bar one time, but I did have
Yeah.
a bottle of the Talisker 10 that I really enjoyed.
I love Glen Scotia. Well, I mean, you're start dealing around Campbelltown when I start all that mess, Kilkerran.
Yeah, I think my buddy had a bottle of that one, and I think it had a pretty high age statement. Maybe it was an 18.
I've got an 18 and
Might
250.
have even been higher than that, but it was really good.
Russ found me one of the 18s for like $120 a few months back online. I'm like, yeah, I'm down with that because I ain't gonna see it around here. I promise you that.
Yeah, Scotch prices got to be a little bit exorbitant. I want to say like around 22, 23. And by then I was gravitating more towards bourbon anyhow.
Yeah, I was not buying any very little Scotch, if anything, at that point. I think the first bottle of Scotch I think I ever bought was Port Charlotte. I mean, I'm sorry, Bruichladdich, the teal bottle.
The classic Lottie.
Classic Lottie. That's the first one, and then I followed it.
Port Charlotte is Port Charlotte's Bruichladdich too, right?
Yeah, and then I followed it with the Port Charlotte 10-year heavy peat.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got that one.
Yeah, hell, that thing went up $5 or $6 last year. It used to be about $65 and went to $79.
I just noticed like staples like Lefroy 10 or Ardbeg 10 went from like $50-$60 to like $70-$80. So yeah, I mean they really went up in price the last couple of years.
I'll tell you this last couple of weeks. Yeah, Balmore 15 went from 99 to 125.
Never had a Balmore.
Greg landed me that one, and I like it. Very, very sherry, but it's good. Back home in Tennessee, there's a little more Scotch, of course, because they're not ABC state, but I've picked up a couple Caden heads I like. But that's really Glenfarclas. I like that pretty well. Bal Blair. Anything signatory I've had has been pretty damn solid.
I'm trying to think of the name of the one Isla that I really like that I'm still looking for a cask strength and I can't find it. Oh, it's got a goofy name, Marty.
Well,
it's an Isla, so it's one of the 9 or whatever it is, or
I don't know.
Not Lagavulin.
Help us out, Sugar Kitty. I don't know. If I don't have it, it won't pop in my head.
It's got a long, goofy name. I can't think of it. That's what happens when you get old, I guess.
Dalmore, Balmore.
No.
Kalala.
No, there's only so many Islas. It's one of them.
Yeah, I know. Shit.
It's not Lagavulin, Ardbeg, Lefroy, Bruichladdich, Bunnahabhain.
Oh yeah.
That's the one. I want to find a Bunnahabhain cask strength, and every time I look, it's just the same, 12 years.
Get on Whiskey World. It's on there for like $80.
Where is it?
With the whiskeyworld.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to order that very bottle for my dad for Father's Day because he's drank the shit out of the one I've got.
Whiskey World, huh?
Yep.
See, that's the thing with some of these online retailers. I don't know what it is about my state, but like half of these.
Oh, dude, they ship to Texas. They don't. And here's the thing. Let's say when we get off stream here in a bit, you get on there and order it. You'll have it Friday, and it comes from Europe. I kid you not.
No shit. But like some of those picks we get in different groups, like some of the online retailers, they ship to Michigan. Boom, I'll have it in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Some of them they don't, and then it's like you got to go like through back channels, and I know it's a whole thing.
No, it's amazing. There's absolutely no reason. Just charge the damn tax.
Yeah,
charge
I don't understand
tax and move on.
It's who's frustrating to me, and hopefully this doesn't upset anybody too much, but Sealbox, they have a pretty good selection. They'll get stuff in that I want, and I'll check out. and they don't ship to Michigan.
Really?
And they'll have something else, like they had like that one of those K-Lukes, and I'm like, you know what? What the heck? I'll click on it, see if it. Boom! They shipped to me. I had it a couple of days. Like, oh wow, cool! I can get seal box now. Go to make another order. Oh yeah, we don't ship to you again. So it's like, whoa! I don't
can
understand
always
what
send
happened
it
from
to
this week to that week to the next week. Is
You can always send
laws
it to
change
me.
or what?
Yeah, if it's something you really want, you can ship it to me, and then I'll just ship it to you. I don't care.
Doesn't that just seem silly though?
It's stupid. Was it Keg and Bear? One of them won't ship to me here
Keg and
in
Barrel
North
won't ship to
Carolina.
me. That's the one the ones I got today. I had to go through, someone else.
I was looking at some of the bottles they've released that are pretty standard, and the damn markup on them. I just click off. I'm like, no, if it ain't a pick of a friend's, I'm not.
Yeah, a lot of those places will have like their like the Buffalo Trace stuff or jacked up prices. Just stay away from that.
They had a regular Blanton's single barrel on there for $159.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, are you kidding me, man?
Well, yeah, you can pass on that, but Bourbon Outfitters is really good.
That's the one that won't ship here.
They won't. Oh,
Nope.
That sucks.
Yep.
They're here, and the turnaround from like wherever they ship to my state, it's like 2 days. So if I see a pick from Bourbon Outfitters, I'm happy. Shared pour is really good. It's just seal box is hit and miss, and then that keg and bottle. I think they're out in California or something.
Yeah,
and
Seal Box is, I think, for sure.
I thought Seal Box was like
No, wait a
somewhere in
minute.
the Midwest.
Yeah, are they Chicago?
I don't know. I thought they were like either Tennessee or Kentucky, but that was just the guess.
I can't remember, but I think I get theirs decently quick, 6-8 days. But
It's not too bad.
no,
Yeah, like this one I ordered from Keg and Bottle because I had to go through the back channels was like 18 days.
was that the one? Is that the Mash and Journey Peerless you were talking about?
Yes, sir. That's the one.
Man,
well, I guess at the end of the day I shouldn't bitch too much because do I really need it? Like the next day? No.
Yeah, no.
But who likes to wait?
They did. I've got Doug and Fred got it for me it's been over a damn year and a half now. But they did another Peerless that they mistakenly shipped the barrels of it to Louisiana. And it was hitting the shelves in stores in Louisiana, and people were seeing it and buying it.
I think that happened to the Bourbon Junkies and Rare Pick recently too. But yeah, I think these Peerless bottles they got lost for a long time, and I think that was kind of the joke.
Scott told me 2022 or something.
Bigfoot or something.
Yeah, it was like 2022 when they picked the barrels. Hell, I forgot about them too.
I think those were picked before I was even in the club.
Yeah, no, I get it. But no, Hellfire, man, I can't figure it out. I don't know how in the hell does somebody slam a sticker on it and say, I want this barrel. And then all of a sudden, I can't get it now. You've lost it. And then it shows back up. Oh, righty then.
Yeah, that pissed me off pretty good.
Yeah. Well, buddy, we'll get together, guys. We'll let you know through Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, all that good stuff. Katie and Ethan, pick us a winner if you can. Just do your number or wheel and let me know and just put it in chat. That way somebody can win these samples, and just email me whiskeynose21@gmail.com. We'll get them out. And then what I was saying is me and Tom will get together, pick us a time where we can do some Michigan samples.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. So
yeah, I think we got a good flight together for you.
Yeah, like we talked about, I'm really looking forward to guessing what some of this stuff is. I enjoy that, especially when you're not competing. I don't really dig the competition stuff. It's just a lot. But Greg says 9 out of 10 Scotch buyers eventually buy
from the KGB.
Top.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Pick a number, Tom, between 1 and 45. Is that what she said there? Where'd it go? Yes. Just pick any number between 1 and 45. Tom, go ahead.
Are you talking to me? I thought you were talking to
Yeah,
Katie.
sorry. Yeah. Pick a number between 1 and 45.
A random number between 1 and 45.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, how about 16?
Ooh, I like it. Top Dog says good night. Whiskey Nose. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think next week on the nose, I'm going to do Jacob's samples, and I've got some from Greg I need to do. So I may do 2 next week. Me and Katie and Ethan and Rob are still planning to get into Corvette Trey and Cindy Larkin's samples blind. We just got to try to figure out when it works for Rob. But me and Tom will, like I said, let everybody know that day when we get it scheduled. And yeah, buddy, just let me know. 16 is Mr. Great Shot. Fantastic. Going to Texas.
All right.
Cheers, buddy. That's fantastic.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah. So, but Tom, always, buddy, thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort.
It was fun.
And like I said, reach out if there's stuff you're looking for. I'll be glad to help. But that's what I like to do, is try to help everybody. But yeah, guys, next week we'll get into some more samples. We'll get some more stuff going. I need to thank Top Dog right off the shot here for my decanters. They're badass, dude. Thank you so much. And I need to talk to you about that on the phone here in the next day or two. So Sugar Kitty, and we'll close her out. Greg Samples, shit, that guy is, oh wait, haven't arrived yet. Never mind. Yeah, there he is. Great shot. Awesome. Yeah, buddy, I'll get those out to you real quick. Let's see. Guys, I think that's all I've got. So, Tom, hang on for a second. And, guys, we will see you all real soon.